Some anime are loud, trending, and hyped everywhere, and then there are those that whisper greatness. Stories buried beneath the noise, beautifully written, flawlessly animated, and yet forgotten. These aren't your mainstream hits. These are the hidden masterpieces that deserve to be seen, felt, and remembered. Because sometimes, the best anime are the ones no one talks about. Welcome back to Anime Dungeon, the place where real fans dig deeper. Today, we're not talking about the animes everyone's already seen. We're exploring those forgotten treasures that slipped under the radar. Series that may not have gone viral, but every frame, every line, and every emotion screams masterpiece. So grab your headphones, sit back, and let's dive into 10 lesser-known anime gems that prove true art doesn't always need the spotlight. Our first hidden gem takes us to a world where medicine is a luxury for the rich, and the poor are left to fate. Parallel World Pharmacy follows Kanji Yakutani, a brilliant modern-day pharmacist who dies from overwork, only to awaken as a young boy named Pharma de Medicis in a medieval fantasy world. But this isn't your typical isekai hero. Pharma's new life comes with a divine gift, the power to create and control substances at a molecular level. With knowledge from his past life and his new godlike abilities, he sets out on a mission far nobler than slaying monsters, to revolutionize medicine itself. In a world ruled by greed and ignorance, Pharma becomes a symbol of hope, proving that science and compassion can be the strongest form of magic. It's a must-watch because it's not about power, it's about purpose. This series beautifully blends fantasy with real-world science, turning one man's second chance into a story of hope, healing, and humanity. If you love Mushoku Tensei, Ascendance of a Bookworm, you'll absolutely fall in love with Parallel World Pharmacy. At number 9, we have a story about proving that effort can surpass talent. Chivalry of a Failed Knight follows Iki Kurogane, a student labeled the worst one, the weakest at a magical knight academy where power defines worth. Unlike his peers, Iki has almost no magical ability, but what he does have is unshakable resolve. His life takes an unexpected turn when he meets Stella Vermilion, an A-rank prodigy and foreign princess, in a rather unplanned encounter. What starts as an awkward accident turns into a duel with a life-changing condition. The loser must serve the winner for life. Against all odds, Iki wins, not because of luck or magic, but through sheer skill, discipline, and heart. As the two begin training together, their bond grows into something powerful both on and off the battlefield. Their shared dream is to rise through the ranks and prove themselves at the 7-star Sword Art Festival. This anime blends sharp action, real romance, and genuine character growth in a way few others do. The chemistry between Iki and Stella feels natural, respectful, and real. A love story that actually builds, not just happens. If you love Asterisk War, the Irregular at Magic High School, or the Misfit of Demon King Academy, you'll definitely fall for Chivalry of a Failed Knight. At number 8, we have a story that turns the isekai formula completely upside down. Reincarnated as a Sword follows a man who dies and is reborn in a fantasy world, but instead of becoming a hero or a king, he's reincarnated as a sentient sword. He remembers his past life, but not his name. With telekinetic powers and the ability to learn new skills by slaying monsters, he grows stronger, while waiting for the one destined to wield him. That's when he meets Fran, a young catgirl slave with a broken past and a burning dream to evolve into something her people never could. The sword becomes her ally, her mentor, and her protector, and she names him simply Teacher. Together they carve their way through danger and destiny, facing monsters, prejudice, and impossible odds, not as weapon and wielder, but as family. It's more than another reincarnation story. It's about trust, growth, and finding strength in connection. Every battle, every victory feels earned, driven by heart, not power. If you love That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime, Jobless Reincarnation, or Goblin Slayer, you'll be enchanted by Reincarnated as a Sword. At number 7, we step into a world powered by endless energy and the dark secrets that come with it. Dimension W takes place in a future where humanity has tapped into a mysterious fourth dimension, using special devices called coils to draw limitless power. But where there's power, there's corruption. Illegal coils flood the black market, bending reality itself, and one man stands against it. Kuma Mabuchi, a gruff, old-school bounty hunter known as a collector, hunts down illegal coils for a living. He hates this new technology until fate pairs him with Mira, a highly advanced android with emotions, curiosity, and a secret connection to the truth behind Dimension W. Together, they dive deep into a conspiracy surrounding New Tesla Energy, the mega corporation that controls the world's power, uncovering the mysteries, dangers, human cost of infinite energy. Dimension W is stylish, smart, and full of substance. It mixes mixes sci-fi, noir, and cyberpunk themes with stunning animation and a soulful soundtrack. Every episode feels like a puzzle piece in a much larger mystery, one that questions how far humanity will go in the name of progress. If you love Cowboy Bebop, Psycho Pass, or Ergo Proxy, Dimension W will absolutely pull you into its electric world. At number 6, we dive into a story that's as beautiful as it is tragic. Beyond the Boundary follows Mirai Kuriyama, a spirit world warrior cursed to manipulate her own blood as a weapon. Haunted by loneliness and guilt, her life changes when she meets Akihito Kanbara, an immortal half-human, half-yumu. When he saves her from a suicide attempt, she stabs him instead, testing her power on someone who can't die. That strange encounter sparks an unexpected bond between two souls living between worlds. As they fight Yumu and face their painful truths, they discover that even monsters can love, and even the cursed can be saved. With Kyoto Animation's stunning visuals and haunting music, this is a rare mix of emotion and elegance. If you love Vivi Fluorite Eye's song, Your Lie in April, or A Silent Voice, Beyond the Boundary will break your heart and gently heal it. At number 5, we enter a world where gods, demons, and humans all walk the same soil, bound together by an ancient fear. Rage of Bahamut Genesis takes place in the kingdom of Mistarcia, a world that once united all races to defeat and seal away the mighty dragon Bahamut, a creature so powerful its wrath could end existence itself. The peace that followed was fragile, held together by a sacred key, one half guarded by the gods and the other by the demons. But that balance shatters when Mira, a mysterious girl carrying one half of the key, appears out of nowhere searching for her mother. Her journey collides with Favaro, a carefree bounty hunter who only lives for the next job, and together they're thrown into a wild adventure across Mistarcia filled with angels, demons, betrayal, and destiny. What starts as a simple escort mission quickly becomes a race to stop the apocalypse itself. Genesis is pure high fantasy perfection. It blends adventure, comedy, and epic storytelling with movie-quality animation. If you love Attack on Titan, Full Metal Alchemist, Brotherhood, or Made in Abyss, then Rage of Bahamut. Genesis is the underrated fantasy epic you've been missing. At number 4, we step into a world where emotions are traded for power, and every gift comes with a price. Darker Than Black follows the story of contractors, humans who gained supernatural abilities after the mysterious appearance of the Hell's Gate in Tokyo and Heaven's Gate in South America. These powers come at a heavy cost. Every time a contractor uses their ability, they're forced to perform a strange, compulsive payment, from breaking their fingers to singing songs or even self-harm. And with their powers, most lose something even greater, their emotions. In this cold, divided world, we meet Hei, a masked assassin working for an underground organization known as the Syndicate. To the world, he's a quiet exchange student, but in the shadows, he's feared as the Black Reaper. Alongside his emotionless partner, Yin, a mysterious doll who can observe through water, Hei dives deep into a web of lies, espionage, and conspiracies surrounding the gates, and the truth behind what humanity lost when they opened them. Darker Than Black is atmospheric storytelling at its best, blending mystery, sci-fi, and noir into one unforgettable experience. Every episode peels back another layer of its haunting world, where morality fades and only survival remains. It's stylish, intelligent, and emotionally cold in the best way possible, a true cult classic that still stands the test of time. If you love Ergo Proxy or Psycho Pass, Darker Than Black will pull you into its dark, electric universe. At number 3, we enter a world where evolution is feared and hope wears the face of rebellion. The Eternal Quon follows a boy named Quon and others like him who suddenly awaken to supernatural powers, the next step in human evolution. But instead of being celebrated, these mutants are hunted down by a secret organization called the Custos, who see them as threats to society. Quon, calm yet unbreakable, becomes their protector, a guardian who believes that no matter how monstrous the world becomes, there's still good left in humanity. Across 6 breathtaking films, Quon and his friends fight not for domination, but for the right to exist. Each movie reveals another piece of their story of pain, sacrifice, and the question of what it truly means to be human. The Eternal Quon is more than just action. It's a philosophical masterpiece about identity, empathy, and the soul's resilience. With stunning animation, emotional storytelling, and deep symbolism, it feels like a spiritual successor to Akira and Ghost in the Shell. If you love Ergo Proxy, Casshern's Sins, or Psycho Pass, The Eternal Quon will leave you questioning what it truly means to be alive. At number 2, we leave behind magic and monsters and step into a world ruled by blood, loyalty, and betrayal. 91 Days tells the story of Angelo Lagusa, a young man whose entire family was murdered by the mafia during Prohibition. 7 years later, a mysterious letter arrives naming every man responsible for his family's death. Consumed by vengeance, Angelo disappears, only to return under a new identity, Avilio Bruno. To destroy the Venetti family from within, he infiltrates their ranks, befriends Nero Venetti, the Don's son, and begins a slow, methodical descent into the heart of the organization that shattered his life. But revenge is never clean. As Avilio gets closer to Nero, his plan begins to blur between justice and obsession, friendship and betrayal. Every episode is another piece in a beautifully tragic puzzle, a story where no one truly wins. 91 Days is not just about revenge, it's about what revenge does to a person. The tension, the moral decay, the slow loss of humanity, it's like watching a Shakespearean tragedy unfold in 1920s America. With its cinematic direction, chilling atmosphere, and masterful writing, 91 Days stands as one of anime's most realistic and emotionally gripping dramas. And finally, at number 1, we end with a masterpiece of honor, courage, and compassion. Moribito, Guardian of the Spirit, follows Balsa, a skilled spear-wielding warrior and bodyguard for hire. Her newest mission seems simple: protect a young prince named Chagum. But there's a dark truth behind her task. The prince is possessed by a mysterious water spirit, and the emperor, his own father, has ordered his death. Forced to flee, Balsa and Chagum embark on a journey across the land, hunted by assassins and haunted by secrets. Along the way, Balsa becomes more than just a bodyguard. She becomes the boy's shield, his teacher, and his only family. As they uncover the truth, they learn the spirit inside Chagum isn't a curse at all, but an egg of life that must be born to save the entire kingdom. With breathtaking animation, deep world building, and an emotional story about duty, love, and sacrifice, it captures everything that makes anime powerful. Balsa isn't your typical protagonist. She's strong, wise, and deeply human. Every fight, every choice feels grounded in purpose and emotion. If you love Princess Mononoke, Seirei no Moribito, or Mushishi, then Moribito. Guardian of the Spirit is the hidden masterpiece you've been searching for. And that's our list. Now it's your turn. Which of these have you seen? Which one do you think deserves way more recognition? Or maybe we missed your favorite hidden gem? Drop it in the comments below and let's build a list of underrated anime only true fans would know. And hey, if you made it this far, you're one of us. Hit that like, share, and subscribe, because here in Anime Dungeon, we don't just watch anime, we celebrate it. Until next time, keep watching, keep feeling, and keep digging deeper.